Let's get equality within, right? There's a lot of people fighting for equality and acceptance from the straight community and trying to fill in the gap that we have, separation, close it up. But I personally like to work within the community because, as we all know, there's so many issues going on, and we're just not together. We're not equal. It's kind of hard to go up against, society and stuff like that if we're not together, if we're not one unit. And we claim we're one unit. We say, or we call ourselves the LGBTQ, community, but we're not unified. Or let me rephrase. I found that as a black community, we are not unified, and I really like to attack inside the community. And you already know who this is, but come on, let me take you on an intellectual journey. I'm only going to take a few minutes of your time, but I'm going to take out the time to encourage you to think and just dig a little deeper. Let's go. Dig a bit deeper inside. One of the problems I've found, and one of my friends were talking about it, in the black community, there's so many stereotypes, there's so many labels, there's so many rules, there's so many, and she was telling me that she believes it's like that because, we were brought into this country, because we were black, because we were from Africa, we were treated poorly, horribly. We were put in slavery and stuff like that. And after slavery, that's really what I'm talking about. After slavery, we were still segregated and treated wrongly because of how we looked, because of our skin color. And so our appearances have always been something to us, passed down from generation to generation. It always was a factor. So, and it continues to be a factor. So when somebody is wearing men's clothing, they're supposed to be like a man. They're supposed to be like this. Appearance is everything in the black community, and in the black LGBT specifically community. Because if you step out into the whole lesbian community, I don't think I see too many issues with the white people, which is amazing. Like, I don't even think that they have labels for real. Like, not for real. The whole stud on stud thing, butch on butch, or whatever you may call it, like, that's not an issue. People are talking about, it must be new or something, whatever. No, it's not new. People been doing it. Lesbians been doing it, but the unacceptance is new. Not accepting it, and thinking twice about it is new, and it's something we as a community need to get over. There's so many issues we have, and I think if we just tackle this whole, us being against each other thing, so many of the issues would dwindle. I personally believe that. We need to get this together, like, seriously. I've lost train of thought. I'm trying to think what I was saying. Just there's a lot of issues. We don't accept bisexuals. We don't accept stud for stud. We don't accept guys being into, or bisexuals, studs, whatever. We don't accept anything, man. What do we accept? Like, seriously, what do we accept? We gotta stop that. Like, do you realize that the meaning of gay is to be happy? And to be happy, you have to be yourself. And for once, you know, when we enter into the LGBT community and become members of the community, we are going against society. We're going against the norm because we're being ourselves. That's something to be happy about, that we're finally being ourselves, and we can be accepted by another group of people, even if it's not society. But then we're getting into these communities, and then we're still not being accepted because the community is jacked up, you know? That's horrible. That's horrible. How are we going to be happy if we can't even accept each other? Like, I don't understand. And we pattern our ways after the straight community way too much, you know. A stud has to be with a femme because it's a masculine and feminine person in a relationship. A femme has to find another stud attractive. A stud has to find only a femme attractive. Yada yada yada. No, why do we have to pattern our ways after the straight community? We're not. Like, how are you gonna rebel against a community of people or society, and then when you break off and form your own group, half of your ways are just like theirs? You know? Why? We're gay, we're queer, we're weird, we're against the norm, we're different. Stay different. Accept your differences. Please, accept your differences. That's a big thing to me. Being different, being weird. People ask me all the time, what kind of girl would I be attracted to? Like, personality-wise. And I said I'm attracted to girls with really unique, weird personalities. Because I don't want someone who's just the same as somebody else. You know, I like differences. I like uniqueness. And that's what we are supposed to be, because that's who we are. We're unique. We're different. We're weird. There's so many different kinds of us. We don't all have to fit in labels. We don't all have to fit in boxes and molds, because we're all different. So, you know, so stop trying to force people into molds. Stop trying to force people into believing that they shouldn't do this or they should do this. Would you shut up and live your own life so somebody else can live their own life? But that's really it. But I really want you guys to push for equality within. That's what my whole main channel is kind of about, going against the norm within the equality, within the community, going against the norm within. So do what you can, you know, open a mind or two. If somebody says, ew, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Be like, because that's who I am. That's who I choose to be. And just really get them thinking, I can only do so much. You can only do so much. The next person can only do so much. But if we all do something and push for equality within, we can really do something. We can really make some positive damage. So, let's do that.
A little deeper, find out who you are. You gotta dig a little deeper.